back. If you don't know, my name's Brittany, and if you're new to my channel or just not yet subscribed, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. So first and foremost, I want to remind you guys of the giveaway that I'm doing. It ends the 23rd of October. So all you have to do to enter to win a Halloween themed mystery box is subscribe to my channel. Make sure to like this video. Go on Instagram, follow me on there, and then shoot me a DM of what you are going to be for Halloween. So if you do that, you're automatically entered. And if you want to earn another entry, then go on TikTok, follow me on there, and then just send me a DM saying hi. So you can get up to 2 entries for this giveaway. And besides that, let's dive into a spooky story in honor of 31 days of Halloween. So this one is called Something Followed Us from the Graveyard. It's a little long, bear with me. When I was in the last year of my college, 3 of us decided to take a short trip to a nearby beach. We got our tickets for the scheduled date at the ticket counter at the bus stop. And while walking back, we decided to take a shortcut since we were too excited to get all the shopping done for the trip. That shortcut meant we had to get through a broken wall in the graveyard and cross it diagonally to reach the other side of the road. When I reflect on my behavior now, I feel that we weren't very smart to have been laughing and giggling in the graveyard, disrespecting the occupants. That graveyard was divided into 2 parts. Half of it was a Christian burial, while the other half was Muslim. We were talking about the trip and hardly paying attention to our surroundings, but when we reached the last grave before crossing the wall and going out on the street, all 3 of us felt chills. That burial wasn't old. It was a Muslim burial, and there were fresh flowers laid on the mud mound, and there were candles still burning around it. It was the resting place of a 15-year-old boy who had passed away a few days back. We rushed out of that place, and none of us talked for a few minutes. But we quickly forgot about it when we got back to shopping. We reached our hostel, and all 3 of us went to our separate rooms. I was tired, so I decided I'll sleep early and switched off the lights. While I was laying in my bed using my phone, I suddenly felt that someone's presence at the entrance of my room, even though the door is locked. And whatever it was in the room, near the door. I dared not glance in that direction. I've never felt so helpless. It was like my mind had stopped working. I wanted to dart out of my room and go to my friend's room, but that meant I had to cross the door. I just turned on my side so that my back faced the door and called a friend. I told him everything and he said, "Keep calm, don't panic." He talked to me for around 2 hours trying to divert my mind, and I finally drifted off to sleep. But it was a very disturbed sleep. Next morning, I went to my other friend's room and she was still drowsy, as she hadn't got much sleep that night. I thought she must have binge-watched Netflix like always. We didn't connect the dots until our 3rd friend walked into the room with puffy eyes. When she said that even she couldn't sleep last night because she felt like she was being watched, we realized that maybe something had followed us from the graveyard last evening. What followed us was a series of bad luck for all 3 of us. My trip getting canceled, someone in my friend's family taking their life, failing assignments, just random bad luck stuff. We started going to the temple regularly and it all subsided. I'm not sure if it was just a coincidence or our minds were playing tricks of us, but it was scary. And the next one I have for you guys is labeled My Weird House. I know everybody says this, but I don't believe in ghosts. Not in the traditional sense, at least. But my house does weird stuff. When we moved in 2015, the house was owned by a family who had an old school landline. As in, they had a classic dial-up phone with the numbers that you had to spin around to make the call. My wife and I kept it because we thought it was cool, even though it took about 20 minutes to get a telephone number right. But this phone did weird stuff. First, my wife rang me at home one day and became very suspicious because she could hear a woman's voice. I said it was probably crossed wires, no biggie. She said it sounded like a woman singing in the other end. I laughed as she thought I had the time/energy to have an affair and thought nothing of it. Fast forward, my mother-in-law's rings. I have a 2-year-old daughter at this point. I'm talking to my mother-in-law about something, probably repairs in the house, when she started laughing and saying that she loves my daughter singing. My daughter, who's not singing. This happened 10 or 20 more times. I actually hear it about 5 times using the phone, and it sounds like a girl or woman singing. Each time the sound was identical, like a kind of lifting tra-la-la song coming from a great distance. I still just think, yeah, okay, interference from somewhere. Anyway, we unplug the phone and get a newer one. The sound stops immediately. Weird, but... Next thing, I'm about to fall asleep one night when my wife starts screaming that she'd seen something downstairs. I run down and she's genuinely terrified. Apparently, she saw a white dress moving between the hall doorways, as if somebody was running and the dress was billowing out behind them. This happens again about a week later, but this time my wife is even more terrified because she doesn't just see a dress. She sees a profile of a woman above it, and she can accurately describe her. So I'm still skeptical. My wife works long hours as a teacher, and this could be explained by tiredness and the brain conjuring up weird stuff for fun. But one day, my daughter starts screaming from the bathroom upstairs. I run up and she's crying. She says a person is watching her from the hall, peeking out of mom and daddy's room. She is inconsolable and keeps saying that there is somebody in the house. These types of things have happened for 4 or more years, on and off. They tend to go in cycles, occurring for a few weeks and then not occurring for months at a time. I will often forget that my house is quote unquote haunted. Then suddenly something weird will happen one day and I'll be like, oh yeah, the ghost. Anticipating a question. I have indeed seen something weird. I used to sleep badly due to anxiety and panic attacks. I have never experienced hallucinations or anything due to these, but I realized they could make me susceptible to sensory delusions. I myself believe that what I saw is probably a result of my anxiety, compounded with sleeplessness. However, one night I was heading up to my bed at around 2 a.m. I glanced up the stairs as I was putting the dog in the kitchen, and I saw for a moment a flash of white passing up the stairs, like a dress. I even swear I saw the hem of the dress unfurling behind it. I have seen this at least 4 times in 5 years of living in the house, at very unexpected times. As in times I had forgotten about the haunted nature of the house. I'll do my thing and then suddenly, boom, there's this white thing, whatever it is, moving somewhere in the house. My wife has also experienced it many times. My son, now 5, has also experienced serious difficulties sleeping in his bedroom due to what he used to call the twirly woos in his room. Now he is more vocal. He simply says he doesn't like his room because he thinks people are there. So my house, not particularly scary, but an example of how you can live in a strange little house without believing in ghosts and carry on with your life, even if your world might be genuinely haunted. So what do you guys think about those 2 stories? And definitely make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, don't forget to enter the giveaway, and until next time, I love you guys. Bye.